The great Jewish theologian, Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel, a Polish-American rabbi, wrote two books back to back in the 1950s. The verse was Man's Quest for God. And then the very next year he wrote God in Search of Man. He realized that even though in the longing of the human heart we all look for God, who is the one who creates us, who sustains us, and yet if we are honest about what we read in the scriptures, we see that it is a story from the very beginning to the end that chronicles how God has sought us out. God continually comes into our lives. That is what the season of Advent is all about. It is a preparation not just for the birth of Jesus, but it's a reminder as we celebrate these 4 weeks that God is always coming after us in different ways. God doesn't give up on us. And we are to be therefore, as we heard in the Gospel from Mark today, alert. We are to watch, to see where God's grace is working in our hearts at various moments. And in this season, there are some very natural ways that we can detect the presence of God working in our lives. The first is that of our gatherings with others, maybe for celebrations, for ways in which we come together for the holidays. It's an opportunity for us to treasure once again the relationships that we have and make sure that if they're broken, that they're healed during this season, that if forgiveness is needed on the part of ourselves to others or to be received by others for ourselves, we should make every effort to respond to the impulse that we want to heal those divisions that are there, because we are to be watchful that maybe God's grace is calling us to something new in our lives, in our relationships. But we also gather in this season to give gifts. That's a part of the Christmas season, in which we look for ways in which not only we show others our love by the gift that's there, but also when we give a gift, we enjoy the sense of appreciation and that we have contributed to the life of another person. There is indeed much more joy in giving than in receiving. And we see that especially in the face of a child who opens their Christmas gifts. Maybe that very natural sense of giving out of a sense of wanting to show our love, wanting to show our support, but also enjoying what it means to be someone who gives, is an opportunity to reflect on our level of charity to those who are in need during this season. Can we also respond to maybe the promptings of the Lord coming into our life with His grace to give in a way that allows us to have the satisfaction that we're helping someone out, that we're making their life better? And finally, this is a season of caroling, of singing. We love those wonderful songs we've learned in our childhood that we grew up with that are so perennial for us. We know those words by heart. Is it not an opportunity as we respond to that urge to sing, to join in those Christmas songs, the need for us to sing in praise of God by our practice of coming together for worship on Sunday? Can we be attentive to how the Lord is working in our life in that appreciation by examining once again how important it is for us to come with the parish that we belong to Sunday Mass in praise of God? Yes, Rabbi Heschel was right. We all long for God, but God longs for us. God comes after us. And maybe it is an opportunity in this Advent season to be watchful and alert to how His graces are coming into our lives, to heal the broken relationships that are there, to be able to stir up in our hearts a sense of generosity as we give gifts to others and helping as well the poor. And finally, as we join in Christmas carols, to once again maybe pay attention to how the Lord is giving us a sense of appreciation of those songs of our childhood, to once again enjoy them in the praise of God by making a commitment to come to Sunday Mass, if at all possible. In that way, we surely will be celebrating this season in which God comes after us. All we have to do is watch.